anymore. I don't even know.
Is it Wednesday yet? WWE Draft of all time. We are live, man. I don't know, man. WWE just lacks excitement in everything that they do, man. They drafted Gable Steveson over actual WWE superstars that have been there for years. And this man hasn't even wrestled 1 minute in a WWE ring. I don't know, man. We're going to break this WWE draft down because, quite frankly, nothing happened on the show tonight. Nothing happened on the show tonight. We're going to break this draft down. We're going to go over all the draft moves. We got some news and rumors going into the draft and coming out of the draft. And what was the internal feeling from WWE Creative about this year's WWE Draft? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday night. You know what that means. It's time for the #1 podcast in all the IWC to do it right. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for night 2 of the draft right here on Off the Script.
This fucking foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, it's the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for October 4th, 2021. I'm your host, JD from New York, and this is the OTS venue. Thank you guys very much for joining me on night 2 of the WWE Draft. We're looking good. The venue looks great. Nobody gives a shit about Monday Night Raw. Everybody's too busy watching Monday Night Football and not caring about WWE's draft. You know, man, I'm going to beat a dead horse because I've been saying this for absolutely, how long is it now? What, 5-6 years? WWE absolutely needs to end the brand split. They absolutely need to end the brand split, man. It is so boring. It really is. I'm tired of looking at divisions that don't measure up. I'm tired of looking at tag team wrestling flounder in WWE. I'm tired of the lame and unexciting WWE Draft. Nobody cares where anybody goes. WWE makes a mockery of who gets drafted over who. It's ridiculous, man. It really is ridiculous. The draft should emit excitement. WWE clearly uses it as a quote-unquote restart. WWE uses this as a way to generate ratings. I don't know what type of ratings Monday Night Raw is going to generate tonight, but we will see come tomorrow at 4 p.m. when the rating is a 1-7. The draft sucks. The brand split sucks. I'm tired of the current model of WWE. I really am. They have a roster right now where they can book these rosters combined on Monday and Friday night, and they just don't do it. I honestly feel like the draft is a cheap way out for WWE to not really stress any more than they have to. And I know a lot of people, there are a bunch of idiots out there that always use the same excuse. Oh, well, nobody would get used, JD. You'd see the same people on the same shows every single week, JD. There needs to be 2 rosters, JD. That means more opportunity for everybody, JD. Really? I'm sorry. Who says that the shows can't be better with combined rosters? Clearly, you know how to book certain people on this roster, so why not make Monday and Friday feel fresh every single week? The people that use that excuse are blithering idiots. The only people that don't know how to book Monday and Friday night with combined rosters are a bunch of fucking idiots. That probably means you suck at your job. I've been saying this for 6 years now. How many times have we seen a fucking rematch for absolutely no reason on Wednesday night? I can't recall. Every time there's a rematch, it means something. Oh, but JD, we saw Malachi Black and Cody Rhodes. That was a rematch. Yes, but it was part of a mini story going on between those two. Oh, but we saw MJF and Sammy Guevara, or MJF and Chris Jericho. But Tony Khan is laying forth long-term booking. We saw the New Day versus the Hurt Business tonight, folks. How many times have I expressed that can be a mega feud if booked correctly? How long was that tag team match tonight? 2.5 minutes? 3 minutes, maybe? It went absolutely nowhere. Another Damian Priest and Jeff Hardy United States Championship match. What happened there? It went nowhere. Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair, which, by the way, they said happened for the first time ever tonight. I guess whatever they did in Triple H's NXT really didn't matter, right? I guess I didn't watch it. I guess I was blind when it happened, right? Maybe I wasn't born. Give me a break. The WWE Draft needs to die. It really does. I don't care where Finn Balor goes. I don't care where Sheamus goes. I don't care that Big E is staying on Raw with the WWE Championship and Roman Reigns is staying on SmackDown with the Universal Championship. I don't care. I don't care. Then you got somebody that was drafted tonight in the final round, the 6th round of the draft, Gable Steveson. This is the big free agent that WWE wanted so badly that they gave him the most lucrative non-performer contract of all time. Still in college is Gable Steveson. WWE's giving him a training facility in Minnesota so that he may train while going to college in Minnesota. Gable Steveson. WWE drafted this guy. He hasn't even locked up with anybody in the company yet. He hasn't even locked up with anybody in the company yet. How about you fucking train the guy first before you put him on Monday Night Raw? Is anybody going to remember that he was drafted on this night in the last round of the WWE Draft? I don't get WWE's logic behind that. I really don't. And the one big reason why I've been saying that the WWE Draft needs to die is because it's honestly doing no favors for the Survivor Series. What is it doing for the Survivor Series? The Survivor Series is struggling badly to sell tickets. They can't give that shit away right now. They'll be able to sell them when they announce The Rock, if they do, for Survivor Series. But the draft and the Survivor Series mean nothing to anybody. Why isn't anybody buying tickets to the Survivor Series? Why is Full Gear sold out already? That's what I want to know. Because Survivor Series means nothing. Because the draft means nothing. Because WWE hasn't shown you that they fucking care about a brand split. So why? Why do we have one? Why do we do a draft? Why do we have brand versus brand warfare in WWE? That means nothing. Nothing's on the line. There's no draft picks on the line. There's no NXT draft picks on the line. There's no number one draft pick on the line. There's nothing on the line. Who gets to main event WrestleMania? Who gets in the Royal Rumble? Who gets a championship match at the Royal Rumble? There's nothing on the line. Meanwhile, I have strategically, week after week, when this was the topic of discussion, have brought gold to the table, and nothing is done. Nothing is done. The draft means nothing, and everything around it, nobody gives a fuck about. Nobody cares. And this is what we're going to start off with tonight. Internal perception of WWE's draft this year was described as lame. I can mention one or a couple of things that are fucking lame about this show. Did you guys hear Becky Lynch tonight? Please, every time she's on television, unplug her microphone, man. Oh my God. She is fucking awful. She's making me wish that she went and had a second child. Go away. Go away. Nobody needs you. The division is not better with you. Tell you that right now. The WWE Draft is over. This year, it was a little bit different behind the scenes. Ringside News, my friends over at Ringside News, who broke many a story, by the way. Just want you guys to know that. They were told in an exclusive by a tenured member of the writing team that this year's draft was the lamest draft behind the scenes. There was no real heated debate or arguments because most of the decisions were made without creative input. Who's making the input? Who's making the input? No one had any real passionate arguments, one source reiterated. A previous report stated that there were table banging at one point, but we could not confirm if that took place. Apparently, the table banging happened by one member of the Geek Squad in creative because they wanted Finn Balor on Monday night to replace Drew McIntyre on Monday Night Raw. As if Finn is going anywhere. Yeah, right. Finn's not going anywhere, man. He's going right to AEW when his contract's up. Ringside News exclusively reported on October 1st that the 2021 draft was all set and the company's network partners were given their new rosters. Those decisions were made behind closed doors, so things really didn't escalate quickly in any regard in the writer's room. End quote. Now, the banging on the table, apparently WrestleVotes talked about this. They reported today on Twitter, which was the only social media platform that did not go into a blackout. I wish you guys would have went outside in the rain, or went outside to go hug a tree, or went outside to go touch grass. Everybody was complaining online that Instagram was down. Go find a fucking hobby. WhatsApp was down. Go touch some grass. Instagram was down. Go get a date. Give me a break. WrestleVotes is reporting, or they did report this week, that a WWE writer, nobody knows who this is, might as well be a fucking unknown entity, a ghostly apparition, pushed strongly for Finn Balor to be drafted to Raw from SmackDown and replace McIntyre as the second top babyface on Raw. I guess he and Big E now can go get those tag team title shots that they apparently are owed, being that they beat the tag team champions a couple of weeks back. Fans will find out whether the company goes through with this on tonight's Raw, which they did, and Balor was indeed drafted to Monday Night Raw. At the end of last Monday's episode of Raw, McIntyre came out and pointed his sword at Big E, who had just beaten Bobby Lashley inside of a very good steel cage match for the WWE Championship. This was an indication that McIntyre and Big E will be the top feud on Raw for the next few weeks until the draft changes or goes into effect on October 22nd, and that is SmackDown following Crown Jewel. And that match was actually confirmed, I believe, for Crown Jewel. It will be Drew McIntyre versus Big E for the WWE Championship, which makes absolutely no fucking sense at all, being that Drew McIntyre is a SmackDown guy, and he's already challenged Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. We can stop. We can stop. There is good predictable and bad predictable. This is bad predictable. Now, let me go back to the first story here. The lamest draft behind the scenes, no real heated debate or arguments because most of the decisions were made without the creative team's input. Who's making the decisions? Bruce, Vince, Johnny Ace, and everybody else that Vince McMahon loves to have hanging from his nutsack. Fox and NBC Universal. That is it. So, I don't know who's watching me right now, man. I know that there are people watching me because clearly people get upset about the things that I say. $0 and Swerve, Scott, blocked me on social media because apparently they found out what I said about them going to death row instead of hit row. I want to see how many hits you have on SmackDown, guys. You'll be lucky if you're a one-hit fucking wonder, okay? Give me a break. Oh, I played football. Oh, I did this. Please don't tell me we're gonna fail. Give us a chance. Bullshit. You clearly don't know who the fuck you're working for. I do. I don't even work there. Yeah, right. Yeah. How far did the Hurt Business get? How far did Bray Wyatt? Oh, we're gonna cut unscripted promos. Yeah, how far did Bray Wyatt get? Huh? Guy brings Vince McMahon a fucking gold mine, and Vince kills it in 2 months. Get the fuck out of here, man. $0. Jesus fucking Christ. You guys are fucking comedians, man. You're real comedians. Yes, because WWE loves tag team wrestling, right? Give me a fucking break. What tag teams you got? WWE is only doing tag team stuff right now because of what the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks did at All Out in that steel cage match, man. Soon as that match ended and we got to Monday Night Raw, there's a fucking 18 gauntlet match. Like, we want to see your version of tag team wrestling. Yeah, Death Row's gonna fit right in. Swerve hasn't defended the North American Championship in what? 3 months? Sure thing. Yes. They're going to do wonders on the main roster. There was no real heated debate. Input was made by you-know-who. The writing team has no input. So if WWE is consulting with Fox and NBC Universal, I'm not sure why you guys are paying creative writers. They booked this entire show. They booked Friday's draft and Monday's draft. They booked 5 hours of television content this week. So why do we have to pay 40 creative writers? I wouldn't be surprised if most of them are on the list of cuts made by Nick Conman in about 2 months. How do you feel if you're a creative writer showing up to work and none of your ideas get shown to Vince McMahon? It's a great job there. What does Fox know about anything? What does Fox know about what SmackDown needs? What does NBC Universal know about what Monday Night Raw needs? This is mind-boggling to me. These people don't give a fuck who's on the show and what's happening on the show. They only know money. They only know Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns and whoever else you want to put up their ass as a big star. Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks. You have no top stars. Yes, let's leave all the control to Fox and NBC Universal. Sucks to be a creative writer, huh? Sucks to be a creative writer. Couldn't be me. You couldn't pay me all the money in the world, bro. You couldn't pay me all the money in the world. WWE even took extra steps to keep tonight's Raw script a secret. Tonight's episode of Raw, WWE wanted to keep secret. They handled SmackDown a little differently. WWE was being a little secretive about the script for SmackDown, but more secretive about the script for Raw, according to PW Insider. It was said many people in the company who are unusually aware of the initial plans for the show are completely in the dark. On a related note, WWE is keeping people in the dark. And during Saturday's Talking Smack episode, WWE announced several draft picks. The report stated that several of those wrestlers learned about the moves to what brand they were going to through social media. One source in the company defended the WWE for not telling the wrestlers ahead of time by noting that the draft moves won't take effect until October 22nd. Thus, it was a situation where the talents did not need to scurry for their travel schedule on short notice. Oh, because the travel is not affected. So that gives you the clear indication that it's okay. It gives you the leeway to say, you know what, we don't got to tell these people where they're going. They don't have to make travel schedules. They're going to be with the same brand for another 3 weeks. None of their travel is going to be affected. Really? None of their travel is going to be affected. What difference does that make? People would like to know where they are going to end up. It's just common courtesy. Something that doesn't exist in this company. Everybody finds out what they're doing on social media. How would you feel if you are an actor in a play? Someone goes down with some illness and someone comes in to fill in and they tell people, yeah, we're going to choose somebody to come on in and we're going to have a replacement. And then they don't choose a fucking replacement until the day of and have him memorize 16 fucking pages of script right before he has to go on air in about 10 minutes. Doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. WWE, they treat their performers, their employees, like shit. Because it's been done before and nobody's going to say anything. Nobody's going to say anything. Terrible place to work, man. Sounds like it's a terrible place to work. WWE also, there was a rumor going around that they were going to add Walter to the draft. Imagine that. Walter. Big man Walter to the draft. He hasn't wrestled or even been seen on television since he dropped the NXT UK title in a 5-star classic to Ilya Dragunov at the last takeover that will ever matter, NXT TakeOver 36 in late August. There were a lot of fans wondering what WWE has planned for him next, whether that's going back to the UK for NXT or staying in NXT 2.0. Yes, because Walter would look so great with all the terrible colors on NXT 2.0. PW Insider reported today that there has been some talk about Walter being utilized more beyond NXT UK as of late. The report noted that Walter was in the United States currently. With the second night of the draft happening on tonight's Raw, there was a rumor going around that Walter could possibly end up in the draft and end up on the main roster. Now, clearly that did not happen, and Walter has made it known in the past that he would be interested in working for the main roster at some point, but he doesn't want to move his family to the United States. It's possible that WWE can work out a deal with him where he could work part-time in the United States on either Raw or SmackDown. You know, they might not think it, but I know we all think it because we're fucking smart, fans, they might not think it, but if there's one guy that you want to give a Brock Lesnar Edge type schedule to and use him sparingly throughout the year, that isn't a Brock Lesnar or Edge, it's going to be this guy. You put this guy in the ring, and he is going to deliver every single fucking time. Every single time. Now, I'd like for him to be on TV more regularly, but on this show or on Friday, with these fucking people writing the show, absolutely not. You saw what they did to Walter on his first appearance on WWE main roster television. It was in the 2019 Survivor Series. He was the NXT UK champion in a Survivor Series match that included NXT versus Raw versus SmackDown, and he was the first man eliminated by Drew McIntyre, I believe. And WWE clearly did that on purpose. They knew who he was. They knew what he meant to Triple H. They knew the reign that he's had as champion. And Triple H has no fucking say on the main roster. WWE's going to use Triple H's guys. They are at the behest of Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. They saw this guy, and they buried him in 90 seconds on the main roster. That's what would await Walter under this current regime in WWE. I'd like for him to be on TV, but not with these people writing the show. Because he would be absolutely incredible. You want to talk about somebody that could take down Brock Lesnar. Unbelievable match that would be. You want somebody in discussion to take down Roman Reigns? Walter is the guy. Now, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. But if you want to give somebody a part-time schedule, it's this guy. Have him do the dream matches. Have him come in every now and then. Have him on TV and have him destroy half the roster and then have him go to the mega matches. So people get to know who he is. People get to see who he is and how he works and what his style is and how fucking dominating he is. You mentioned the Reigns and the Omegas and the Adam Coles, baby. When you want to talk about, and I've said this time and time again, man, if you want to talk about, greatest pro wrestlers on the face of the earth right now, if you came to me and told me Walter was your number one, I wouldn't even bat an eyelash. I would not question you at all. In fact, I'd look you in the eye and say, you know what? I would absolutely agree with you. That is an honest take on such a subjective topic. I think he could very well be the best wrestler in the world. He's not going to get the look like an Omega or a Roman Reigns, but you got to give him top spot in some discussion. You really do. So that's the news coming out of the draft and going into the draft. We will go over the remaining draft picks for tonight's show in just a second. I want to check the chat. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. We got 2,300 in the venue. We got 586 likes in the live stream chat, man. What's going on? There's 2,300 people in here, and there's not even anywhere close to 1,000 likes. I understand you don't like Monday Night Raw, but this isn't Monday Night Raw. This is off the script. This is JD. So why isn't there 1,000 likes? Why is it like pulling fucking teeth with you people? Hit the thumbs up. I don't do this shit for free. Hit the thumbs up, man. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notifications. If you guys want to get your super chats in, get them on in, man. The bar is loaded. Get your drinks. Get them in. May take a little bit to get your drink. Issa went to Puerto Rico, man. I don't even know if she's back yet. I don't know who the fuck's at the bar. Jesse, you there? Jesus fucking Christ, man. It looks like this guy fell asleep. This fucking geek. He's watching AEW Dark. Put your phone down, you fucking cretin. Fucking guy, man. Anyway, get your super chats in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. Today's show is sponsored by Honey. Join honey.com/offthescript. You guys like saving money. I like saving money. Honey is the way to go, man. Download the free web browser. If I could fucking say it. Download the free web browser. Join honey.com/offthescript and start saving yourself some money. We'll talk about my great friends over at Honey a little bit later. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Patreon.com/JDfromNY206 if you guys want to support. Go get your t-shirts on Bonfire. Bonfire.com. Issa is back, asshole, he says. Oh, yeah. All right, back to bar back then, clown. Okay? The ice is empty. Bonfire.com for your official off-the-script merchandise. Go and get your new JD merchandise, man. We just uploaded a new design last week. The OTS Incidents, all hand-drawn. Absolutely awesome-looking design. JD's Negan is on there. JD's Elite, JD Club, all on there, man. It's bonfire.com. Go and check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel, man. We got off the script from this past weekend. We actually booked a better draft than WWE, by the way, on Saturday. So please, go and check that out, man, on Saturday. And then Sunday, we did a late extra. Bray Wyatt not going to Impact Wrestling is the news. And a nice little rant on $0 and Death Row going to SmackDown. So go check that stuff out, man, live on the channel right now. Richard, you're always going to be one of my top bartenders, brother. Always, man. Jesse says, how's the ice bin empty? We just fucking opened. Bro, listen, you don't think happy hour exists? What do you think I'm running here? A shit operation? I got the finest beverages in town, bro. Give me a break. Everybody loves Von Wagner, bro. Where do you think they'd be? They're getting ready for Von Wagner on Tuesday night. They're all drinking in celebration. I'll be live tomorrow night, by the way, with NXT, man. NXT review is back tomorrow night, man. My boy Tony D'Angelo is debuting. Tony D'Angelo, bro. His family works in waste management. Can't wait to see what my boy Tony D'Angelo does, man. Anyway, let's get into this fucking show. Monday Night Raw opened up with Becky Lynchburg. Big time Bex. Lynch walked out. They show clips of Charlotte showing up at the end of SmackDown last week. Yawn, snore, drool. Crowd chanted Becky. Some heel turn she's got there. Becky Lynch, man, makes a fine heel, right? The man has come around to Monday Night Raw, she says. She noted it's been a year and a half since she's been on Raw. Lucky you, Beck. Lucky you. She noted it's been about a year and a half, and she says she's about to make a lot of executives unhappy by jumping the gun, but she doesn't care because she does what she wants. That's the fucking problem around here. She revealed she is the first draft pick by Monday Night Raw. She said she technically never lost the Monday Night Raw Women's Championship, so she had a few words about Charlotte, then said it might be time to become Becky Two Belts once again. Becky and her promo ability is fucking horrendous. I'm letting you all know right now. So Becky out there is awful. Then we get Charlotte Flair. We get her androiding herself down to the ring. And Corey Graves was drooling like a little schoolboy. So Charlotte entered the ring and said before she was Becky Two Belts, she was Becky pre-show. She said she made Becky famous. She said they have some unfinished business. Then Bianca Belair's music hit. She comes strutting out to the ring. Belair came out and said that they're trying to talk about unfinished business, but I have unfinished business with both of you, she says. She said they both took cheap shots at her on Friday night, and they're both here on Monday night. She said neither of them are ready for the EST of SmackDown to become the EST of Raw. Charlotte said, Bianca, that was really cute, but Charlotte says. So she wanted to go into sleep mode. Charlotte wanted Bianca to go into sleep mode. That's how she told Bianca to power down. Charlotte should go into sleep mode herself. Power off completely. The battery drainage, man, is mega on Monday night. You can't go into Monday Night Raw with half battery. It's a terrible program. You'll be at zero before you know it. So she says, the champions are trying to have a conversation. Belair then asks, who is she talking to? Because I know you just didn't disrespect me. Charlotte sucks began to ring out in the crowd. Charlotte then gave the crowd a what chant. Belair said, technically, you don't even go here anymore. Charlotte took issue with Belair, referring to her as a little girl. She said that she is a woman. She should have came back and said, at least I am not a fucking robot. Charlotte says she knows Belair has accomplished a lot and has almost done as much as me. What exactly has she accomplished in WWE? She's accomplished nothing. So what type of line is that from Charlotte? She's accomplished nothing. Main evented WrestleMania, won the SmackDown Women's Championship. I mean, I don't think that's accomplishing a lot. Anyway, Charlotte is continuing to be disrespectful towards Bianca. Becky told Belair that she sounded like Charlotte, was being disrespectful towards her. Becky says she's defeated Charlotte so often she has nothing left to prove. But she wonders what would happen if Belair faced Charlotte. I think Corey Graves agrees with that sentiment. I would like to see that myself. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville stepped onto the stage and announced that Charlotte versus Bianca Belair would be the main event of tonight's Monday Night Raw. And then they also said Natalya and Tamina would face Rhea Ripley and Nikki Trash in a rematch for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. But first, we have a United States Championship match between Damian Priest and Jeff Hardy. This entire segment was fucking awful. Charlotte is awful. She sucks on the microphone 9 times out of 10. When she has a good promo, I'll let you know. Becky Lynch was fucking unlistenable and remains unlistenable. Bianca Belair is out there spewing catchphrases and coming off very disingenuous. All 3 of these women came off as unnatural and disingenuous, which in turn made this entire segment unwatchable. You know, I don't really enjoy watching 3 women like this parade around like a bunch of fucking clowns. I want some genuine emotion. I really do. Is that so much to ask for? You'd have to go back and watch what I'm trying to explain. It was ridiculous. It completely sucks you out of the moment. It really does. This was an awful, awful, awful segment. And then WWE wants to tout that Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair is happening for the first time ever. No, it's not. It's not happening for the first time ever. They were in NXT when you foolishly sent Charlotte Flair down to NXT when Triple H was maybe in charge. Maybe. When you sent Charlotte Flair down there before she beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania and killed that fucking division when she was down there. So no, they didn't wrestle for the first time tonight on Monday Night Raw. They've already wrestled, but, you know, being that you already erased Charlotte's NXT title wins, I'm not surprised that you forgot that they wrestled on NXT television on Wednesday night. People don't forget. We're not idiots like most of the fucking fan base out there. This was awful. So we go into the first round of night 2 of the draft. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville stood at the podium. So Pearce made it official. Becky Lynch was going to Monday Night Raw. Clearly this was going to happen because Charlotte Flair was drafted on Friday. Charlotte was wanted by Fox. So clearly WWE has to bend the knee to Fox Sports and Fox executives. Charlotte goes over there with the Raw Women's Championship because they don't give a fuck what happens on Monday Night Raw. She literally just won this championship. Yeah, let's send her to Friday night. So because Fox wanted Charlotte, it made no sense for Becky to remain on Friday night. So she goes to Monday with the SmackDown Women's Championship. I don't know what they're going to do. I mentioned this on Friday. You guys know that the New Day and the Street Profits, they were drafted to opposite brands when they were tag team champions in 2019, and they simply traded the championships in a backstage segment. I don't know if this is going to be a thing with Charlotte and Becky, but I would not be surprised if WWE takes the low road here and goes the uncreative way. I hope not. I'd like to see something creative happen, but I'm not asking for WWE to be creative and expecting something in return. It's probably going to be some boring bullshit. Oh, yeah, here's your championship. Good luck. So Becky Lynch was number 1. The Usos were number 2. They were drafted by SmackDown. They didn't even, and they had a storyline coming out of Friday. They went right to just making it non-existent. They didn't have fun with it. Roman pretty much told Paul Heyman, threatened Paul Heyman, that if you don't get my cousins on SmackDown, I'm going to have these guys beat the shit out of you and leave you where you're laying on Monday night. They didn't even have an opportunity to have fun with this. They didn't make an effort to have fun with this. Imagine they got drafted to Raw. You could have worked your way out of that one by doing a trade or doing something that continues the storyline here with Roman and Paul Heyman. Oh, yeah, the Usos are on SmackDown. Paul Heyman did his job. No fun at all. So clearly, they are staying on SmackDown with Roman Reigns. So the third pick went to Raw, and they drafted Bobby Lashley. I actually would have loved to see Bobby Lashley on Friday night. That's just me. But WWE's keeping the almighty on Monday night. And then SmackDown drafted Sasha Banks. So we may get 9 months, get ready, folks, of Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair once again. Oh, my God. I am not anticipating that in any way, shape, or form. So we go right from round 1, which really didn't surprise anybody. These were all basic picks. Damian Priest and Jeff Hardy in a United States Championship match. This went about 7 minutes. Damian Priest has been doing one hell of a job on Monday night. He is the United States Champion. I do see him in about 6 months, 6 to 9 months, I would say. Roughly around that time frame, I would say he's going to be in the top spot on this show, challenging for a WWE Championship. Whenever that may be, I don't see it happening against Big E. I don't see it happening after Big E drops the championship. I think Big E, honestly, the way things are going, I'd love to see the championship go to AJ Styles. I would. I think Big E versus AJ Styles, Big E versus Karrion Kross, Big E versus Keith Lee, if they want to live up to the rumors and turn him heel, which I don't see that happening. I don't see Keith Lee getting pushed on this show. They got Balor on this show. Edge is on this show. We could even see Seth Rollins. This gives Seth Rollins an opportunity. He got drafted to Raw. He got drafted to Monday Night. I could see Rollins taking the title off of Big E. WWE's got some options on Monday night. It's nice to have options. It really is. But Damian Priest will be in the WWE Championship discussion in about 6 to 9 months is my prediction. He beat Jeff Hardy tonight. There was really nothing about this match. This was yet another rematch that we've seen for the better part of about 6 or 7 weeks now. Nobody cares. Nobody thought Jeff Hardy was going to win the United States Championship tonight from Damian Priest. People were saying, well, he could win the championship and take it to SmackDown. No. You're not going to beat Damian Priest, who's been on a nice string of momentum. Damian Priest is staying put. If Damian Priest was going to do anything with the United States Championship, it was not drop it to Jeff Hardy. If WWE wanted to do anything, it would be put him on SmackDown and move Nakamura over to Monday night. That was the extent of it. And I didn't even see that happen. So Priest wins in 7 minutes after a Swanton Bomb. Hardy hit the Twist of Fate. He went for a Swanton Bomb. He got a near fall, but Priest kicked out of the Swanton Bomb and rolled Hardy into a crucifix pin for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. Damian Priest wins. He retains the title. And Jeff Hardy is being shipped off to Friday night. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Jeff Hardy in the ring afterwards. He said he had lots of career highs over the years, but he's also crashed back down to reality. That reality is Monday Night Raw. He says he's going to SmackDown, and it might be a perfect opportunity to see a different side of himself with a different ego. He said for the next few weeks, though, he'll be on Raw, and he'll make the best of it. All of a sudden, we get Austin Theory jogging out to the ring. His theme music goes off, and nobody knows who he is, and nobody cares in Nashville, Tennessee. He jogs out to the ring. He says he's now standing in the ring with the legend. Austin Theory said he grew up watching Jeff Hardy, and he motivated him and inspired him to where you see him today. He said he doesn't mean to be a fanboy, but he'd like a selfie. Graves then said this one, "This kid is green." Austin Theory is not green. He's not as green as, say, a Top Dollar, but Austin Theory is nowhere near green. So Theory took a picture with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy said, "Are you kidding me?" So he reluctantly took a picture with Austin Theory. And as Theory put the phone up to in the length of him taking a selfie, he was managing the phone. He took the picture and then clotheslined Jeff Hardy mid-selfie. So Jeff Hardy was knocked out. Austin Theory gave him his finishing move, the ATL. And then he goes to lay down next to Jeff Hardy and then take a second selfie, snap a second selfie with himself and Jeff Hardy laying out, and he leaves the ring. I thought this was a fantastic segment. I really did. This was a fantastic segment, and I'll tell you why. For one reason and one reason only. Austin Theory is on Monday night. I don't know. WWE said these draft picks are not going to go into effect until October 22nd, but WWE is going to break their rules. We will see Austin Theory and Jeff Hardy on Monday night. Austin Theory is a relative unknown. He was on the main roster once before. Nobody remembers because it was in an empty gymnasium. He was teaming with Garza, and he was with Zelina Vega and Andrade. He didn't really do much of anything. He was at WrestleMania in the empty gymnasium, right? Jeff Hardy is so beloved by everybody, man. It's a great way to get yourself kind of known with the audience, feuding with Jeff Hardy and beating Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy is at a point right now where it doesn't really matter. He's going to SmackDown, and Vince McMahon loves making somebody do the deed before they go and get shipped off to the other brand. That's like leaving the territory. That's the way he envisions it. So if Jeff Hardy's going to be on SmackDown for another couple of weeks, or he's going on Raw rather for another couple of weeks before he goes to SmackDown, Austin Theory is going to end up beating him. And that's a great move. And Austin Theory is a money player, man. He really is. He has the makeup of being a top guy. I have big hopes. I had big hopes for Austin Theory. I have big hopes still for Austin Theory. If WWE doesn't push this guy to the moon and get this guy some traction underneath himself, it will be yet another major loss for WWE. He has everything they could possibly want, and he's only 23 years old. 23 years old. This is exactly what you were looking for. This is it. Do right by him. I like this segment. And I think this is going to do good for Austin Theory. So we got Kevin Patrick backstage with Rated RK Bro. He asked about the news that they will be defending the tag team championships against AJ and Omos at Crown Jewel. So Riddle said last week, sucked without Randy Orton, but he's happy they've both been drafted to Raw. He asked Orton if there's a snake in his pocket or is he just glad to see him? Yes, he did really say that. He said he is glowing and looks like a skinless snake sitting in the sun. Orton asked if he was done with the wisecracks. Riddle said, yes, I am. Orton said, good. That's a good thing. He said they have a chance to shut up AJ Styles and Omos once and for all, but that does not happen until Crown Jewel. He said tonight in Nashville, he had a proposition. Then he looked into the camera and challenged Omos to a one-on-one match with him tonight. Riddle got wide-eyed and shook his head yes. So, man, I can't wait to see Randy Orton versus Omos. You know, the great Khali 2.0. Omos. Great. Can't wait. Can't wait for another tag team match between these two, man. I loved the first fucking 8 times that it happened. Dana Brooke was warming up backstage. Warming up what? Cake? She put a pie in the oven, Dana Brooke. The fuck is she doing on this show? Was she even drafted to Monday Night Raw? Why is she here? Dana Brooke. The fuck is she warming up for? She's got a match with Shayna Baszler. 2 minutes. Shayna Baszler chokes out Dana Brooke. Good. Good. Dana Brooke was sent right back to catering. She put that fucking pie in the oven, man. She couldn't wait 3 minutes because if she did, then it would start to burn a little too much. And Titus isn't going to have that. I'll tell you that right now. Now, I don't know what type of pie it was. I didn't have my inside sources confirm what type of pie it was, but I heard it was delicious. I heard it was fantastic, man. There wasn't a slice left on the table. Now, what is being made on Friday night, I have no idea, man. It might be a seasonal pie, if I was to guess correctly. Maybe a pecan pie? Maybe a pumpkin pie? Who doesn't like hot pumpkin pie, bro? I don't know. We'll find out. But Dana Brooke is on the show, so you know that there are some tasty treats in catering. 2 minutes. Why is she even employed? Why is she even employed? Honestly, was she even drafted? It goes to show you what WWE thinks of Dana Brooke, that she wasn't even assigned a brand. Yet this woman signed a 5-year deal, man. 5 years for Dana Brooke. If she isn't released by Nick Khanman one of these months, I'd be shocked. Second round of the draft for night 2. Monday Night Raw drafted Seth Rollins, which I'm not surprised by because he isn't winning the Universal Championship on Friday night. So you might as well move him to Monday night where he can challenge for a world championship. And it makes sense. Plus you got Edge there so you can continue the Edge and Rollins situation. And plus Becky Lynch is on the show as well, so they got to keep the married couple together. So I wasn't surprised by that at all. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs stay on SmackDown. So that means that Damian Priest is staying on Monday Night Raw just by default. Damian Priest is staying on Raw. He was the 3rd pick here in round 2. And Sheamus is heading to SmackDown. So Sheamus is going to the blue brand. I can't wait for more Sheamus and Jeff Hardy matches. Sheamus already tweeted out a picture of the Intercontinental Championship. He's never won the Intercontinental Championship. He may be in line for an Intercontinental title run. So we will see what happens, man. So After Baszler won, by the way, I forgot to add, Baszler attacked Dana Brooke at ringside. She was upset that it wasn't an apple pie, but instead it was a pecan pie. She was about to stomp on her arm on the ringside step like she did to Eva Marie and Nia Jax. And then Doudrop walks out to the worst reaction ever. Barely any reaction for Doudrop. She's moved on from Eva Marie, and she confronted Baszler. Baszler stared back at her. Graves says Doudrop doesn't seem to be afraid of Baszler at all. So Doudrop helped Brooke to her feet, and Dana Brooke thanked her. Thank you! Thank you! The pie is gonna burn! Can we please go to the back, please? Titus is gonna fire me. Doudrop, she didn't care what type of pie was in the oven. This is what I was told. She loves apple, she loves pecan, she loves pumpkin, blueberry. She loves them all. She's going to be sitting back there quite often. They got nothing for Doudrop on Monday Night Raw. Another rematch, folks. Mansoor and Mustafa Ali versus Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. You know, imagine having these four guys in the ring and they only go 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's it. Four guys as talented as these men only go 2 minutes. Couldn't be me, man. Couldn't be me. You know, this was a rematch from last week, by the way. I think last week's match actually lasted longer. Garza and Carrillo win. That's pretty much it. Garza pinned Ali after driving his face into the bottom turnbuckle, and Humberto from ringside rammed him into the ring post. Great. It'll be forgotten as soon as it's over. They didn't even get a chance to celebrate, man. Big E comes walking out, and Big E is walking out to the ring, and he's about to address the WWE Universe on Monday Night Raw. But before we do that, Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville announced more draft picks. Raw has picked AJ Styles and, unfortunately, Omos. They are staying put. SmackDown picked Shayna Baszler. SmackDown picked Shayna Baszler, man. Shayna Baszler is going to SmackDown. That is a breath of fresh air for Shayna Baszler, man. But I tell you what, WWE says that this draft isn't going to take effect until October 22nd, man. Before Shayna Baszler goes to SmackDown, she will lose to Doudrop, because Doudrop stays on Monday night. So it's not over yet. So we'll get a little mini feud, and then Shayna can go be a loser on Friday night. So the third pick went to Raw, and they drafted Kevin Owens. Seems like this guy switches brands every time there is a draft. Kevin Owens should draft himself to AEW. In fact, I would not be surprised if that actually becomes a reality in January, man. Kevin Owens is a waste of roster to WWE. They have no plans for Kevin Owens. And then SmackDown with the fourth and final pick here in round 3. They draft Xia Li. Xia Li. So I guess the Tion Shaw and Boa storyline in NXT is all but dead. Because Xia Li was an integral part of that, if you guys even know what I'm talking about. Mei Ying. I guess Mei Ying is going to go back into her fucking magic lantern and fucking dwell for another 1,000 years. Is that even a thing anymore? Xia Li wasn't even good in NXT, but she's here on SmackDown. Yes, I think all the sword twirling and the fucking martial arts and coming out looking like a Mortal Kombat character is going to really get over on Friday night, right? Bruce is going to take one look at that and give her 15 seconds in the ring. Goodbye. Give me a break. Xia Li is going nowhere. Yeah, Xia Li's going places when they got Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Nox, who weren't even drafted, by the way, to a fucking brand. They were on SmackDown for how many months? 2 months? Nothing. They've had Toni Storm for about 3 months. How many matches has she had? 2? Yeah, Xia Li's going to do great on Friday night. Fuck out of here. Now, what I would do with Kevin Owens, I would absolutely turn Kevin Owens heel. I'd have Kevin Owens turn heel, and I'd feud him with Big E over the WWE Championship. That's what I'd do. That'd be a great feud. Kevin Owens works better as a heel anyway. Let's get Kevin Owens into some really great storylines. I want to sink my teeth into something Kevin Owens is doing on TV, man. I really do. Guy is absolutely a fucking gem, and he's doing nothing because WWE Creative sucks at their job. They'll probably have him do fucking KO shows on Monday night, just like he did on Friday. What a fucking joke. Meanwhile, this guy will show up in AEW, show up at Revolution in February, and make a bigger impact in 4 weeks than he did in 4 years on WWE TV. Then WWE will go and blacklist him and fucking banish him for all eternity. Same old shit. Big E was in the ring. He was standing in the middle of the ring. He said, "It feels incredible to be standing mid-ring on my show, Raw." I don't know if that's something to be bragging about, Mr. E, but you are the WWE champion. So for a second consecutive year, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods were drafted to a show that he isn't on. He talked about last week's grueling title defense against Bobby Lashley in the steel cage, only then to be challenged by Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre came out. He came out to the ring to confront Big E. He says he doesn't do things the old-fashioned way, and he wanted to congratulate Big E on his WWE title win in person. He said technically he cashed in the Money in the Bank on an injured Lashley. He said technically Lashley attacked him from behind, so Lashley deserves it. Plus, nobody likes Lashley anyway, so he did the world a favor. I would find that very hard to believe. I think more people like Bobby Lashley than they do Drew McIntyre, but who the fuck am I? He then challenged Big E to a match for the WWE title. Big E stood there smiling, and they were interrupted by Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. I guess catering wasn't serving the pie yet. Dana had put it on the window, and Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode walked by it, got a sniff of it. Dana yelled at them, "Don't you touch that pie!" It's got to cool off for about 15 to 20 minutes. So they figured, you know what? All right, we'll come back. We'll get a piece of pie. It better be here. But we're going to go out there and do absolutely the worst fucking segment of the entire night next to Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair. Did this make any sense at all? Did this segment entertain anybody at all? Or am I the only one that found this segment, when Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode show up on television, I immediately find something else to do? This may have been the point in the show where I got up, I went to my coffee machine, I emptied out my coffee grinds from earlier this morning, I filled my water tank in said coffee machine, I mixed dark roast and a pumpkin roast together because I don't like overly pumpkin-flavored coffee. I like a hint of pumpkin. I put it on a good 18-hour, what is it? What's the setting? 16 ounce? Put it on a 16-ounce setting. I stood there and watched it drip down into my signature mug. And then I stood there and I poured my cream into the coffee. I took a coffee stir. I stirred it up. And by the time this was all done, I was hoping that these 4 guys were done. But unfortunately, they were still complaining about Dolph Ziggler wanting a fucking thank you. This was WWE's creative team at their best, folks. Now we are rehashing on the draft episode of Monday Night Raw. We're rehashing the Dolph Ziggler wanting a thank you storyline. And then they want to know why their ratings are fucking garbage every single week. So they came out. Ziggler said he congratulated Big E right away, but he's wondering why Big E hasn't thanked him yet. Big E laughed. Ziggler said he knew he'd forget. So we threw a video package up of Big E and Ziggler teaming back in 2013 with Big E beating up Kane. He said without his mentoring, there's no New Day and no Money in the Bank cash-in. He said maybe Xavier Woods would have never been born. Drew told Big E he might have a point. Ziggler said he famously doesn't watch, but they know where his career was a few years ago, and he worked hard to bring himself back to WWE. He then threw it to a clip from 2018 where he teamed with Drew McIntyre. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre were the modern day, per se, on Raw, Shawn Michaels and Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Not really, but that was the comparison being made by a bunch of geeks in the community. So Ziggler said he showed him the ropes again because he made his way back to WWE. He says he just wants a simple thank you from both of them. Big E turned to Drew and they had a brief private chat. Drew said clearly Ziggler has upgraded from them. He said that as he laughed at Bobby Roode. Roode says that he is twice the man and twice the tag team partner than Drew McIntyre ever was. Roode made fun of Big E being Ziggler's bodyguard. And he says he puts the body in bodyguard. He says people call him Big Bob. I don't know why they call him Big Bob. I don't want to know why people call him Big Bob. But he said that's what people call him. Big E said nobody, not one person, calls you Big Bob. Ziggler says all he wants is a simple thank you. Because I'm the perfect gentleman. Roode says he deserves a thank you. Drew asked the crowd what Nashville thinks, so they clearly booed. Big E says what they deserve is an ass whooping tonight. And Drew McIntyre says, yeah, I agree. It's going to be Big E and Big D against Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. So Drew McIntyre is Big D. I don't know if that's politically correct in this climate today. I don't know if that's TV PG, Vince. But Drew McIntyre clearly is Big D. I don't want to know why he calls himself Big D. I don't. The only thing I liked about this is that WWE brought back some history dating back to 2013. Outside that, I mean, every time Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode are on my TV, man, it is legitimately get the fuck up and find literally anything else to do. They are at the bottom of the barrel, unimportant in everything that they do portion of WWE television. So clearly we got this match, 9 minutes. This was a complete waste of time, and all they did was set the stage for Big D and Big E at Crown Jewel. McIntyre and Big E win in about 9 minutes. Bobby Roode shoved Drew out of the ring late. Drew gave Roode a belly-to-belly at ringside. Ziggler tried to roll up Big E from behind, got a 2 count. Big E came right back with a big clothesline. He set up for the big ending in the corner. Drew tagged himself in. He hit Ziggler with a Claymore for the 1-2-3. Jesse texted me, and I'm going to read this out loud because I don't really give a shit. Jesse says, McIntyre called himself Big D because his dick is huge. Glad I can help. Bro, listen, I told you, get off your fucking phone, man. We got a line of about 7 people waiting to order drinks, bro. You're over there texting me. I think the fucking Patron is out on the top shelf, bro. Go get some more down in the basement. Come on. McIntyre and Big E win in about 9 minutes. After the match, Big E gave Ziggler a big ending. He then told Drew if he wants a title match so much, he'll see him at Crown Jewel. There you go. There you go. Big E versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. You know, there's good predictable and bad predictable. Honestly, this is probably in the boat of bad predictable. Now, granted, the match may be fine, but I don't really give a shit about the match when one of the guys is going to the other brand. Who writes this shit? I get what you're trying to do. I'm not a fucking fool. You're going to use Drew McIntyre to get Big E over and get him a big title win. Fine. Fine. Drew McIntyre can take a loss, whatever it may be. But I don't care when this guy has already made it clear that he wants Roman Reigns on Friday night. He's not winning the WWE Championship. This is bad. Predictable. The match is already determined. The match is going to be fine. Big E's a great wrestler. Drew McIntyre is a very good wrestler. But that doesn't mean I want to see these two men in the ring battling for the WWE Championship. It is a moot point. It doesn't matter. But this is WWE for you. Crown Jewel. They're looking to put anything on the show because even they themselves don't even want to be there. They showed Reggie backstage. I really wish that they drafted Reggie to the unemployment line. I really do. Reggie was backstage. He approached Pierce, who was on the phone. Reggie said he heard he wanted to talk to him regarding the draft. Pierce says he's got some bad info, and then he walked away. Then the Viking Raiders showed up, and Reggie had nowhere to go. Then R-Truth grabbed him from behind. Reggie then avoided Truth, Andrew Gulak. Several other guys, like Jackson Reichert, came in from behind. Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz were there because they are newly drafted to Monday Night Raw. Sucks to be them. Crews says it was good to see him again. Drake Maverick showed up and Reggie fled flipping over things and diving off stuff and the same old shit. Same old shit with Reggie. Vince McMahon loves Reginald, man. Vince McMahon has featured Reginald more than Karrion Kross and Keith Lee combined on Monday Night Raw. Let that statistic sink in. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Kevin Owens walks out. He's now part of Monday Night Raw. Sucks to be him. He'll be a part of All Elite Wrestling come January. Kevin Owens walked out to his theme. Saxton says he's now a part of Team Red. Great. Owens took the microphone, walked out in street clothes. He didn't utter one single word. Akira Tozawa interrupted him. He got on the microphone. He welcomed Kevin Owens to Monday Night Raw. He says he doesn't want to fight Kevin Owens. He wants to fight Reggie for the 24/7 title right now. Kevin Owens gave Akira Tozawa a stunner and walked away. You know, some people asked me tonight. Jesse actually asked me. I'm going to read you Jesse's question to me earlier this evening. My good friend Jesse that does the AEW Dynamite podcast on Wednesday night with me. Jesse says, and I quote, "I just turned on Raw for a minute. Why did Kevin Owens come out to a full entrance, stun Tozawa, and then leave?" My response to Jesse was, because he's going to AEW. Kevin Owens walked away. I don't know if you guys picked up on this, man. It may be nothing. Maybe my eyes were deceiving me. Didn't Kevin Owens look like he was crying on the way out of the ring? Like, you could immediately tell what WWE has planned for Kevin Owens on Monday Night Raw if this was the first segment that he was in on Monday Night Raw after already being confirmed in the draft to be moving from SmackDown to Monday Night Raw. This man is inevitably fucking gone from WWE. I said this on Friday night, man. It almost feels like they are giving him the Dean Ambrose on his way out of the company treatment. It almost feels like they're giving him the EC3 treatment. Like, what the fuck are you people doing? Like, what is fucking wrong with you people? Kevin Owens, you know what the problem is? Kevin Owens is a professional wrestler. That's the problem. That's the problem. If I'm KO, the amount of time that I've been in WWE so far, you've made your money, bro. You've made your money. There's another ball game in town called AEW. Your friends are doing great things over there. Now, clearly, they can't take everybody, but you look at how happy Adam Cole is. I'm sure you talk to him on a daily basis. You look at what the Young Bucks are doing. You don't want to be over there? Kevin Owens goes over there. I'm not saying he's going to make a big difference. Nobody's making a big difference. Nobody's making a big difference. Not in the way that people expect them to make a big difference. But if Kevin Owens goes over there, man, I swear to everybody on everything, you're going to see a different guy. And he's going to deny it. People have already reached out to Kevin Owens saying that he looks like he doesn't want to be there. Bro, I'm telling you, I look at Kevin Owens, I look at a defeated man. I look at somebody that wants to break free and do pro wrestling. That's what I look at. When you watch somebody like Owens, man, it is very difficult to see any part of him that actually is enjoying what he's doing. He knows he's being treated like shit, and it's showing all over his body language. Look at what he came out with tonight. Look at how he came out. It's awful. It is absolutely awful. Rhea Ripley and Nikki Trash versus Natalya and Tamina. This was for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Why? I don't know, man. Where are Shotzi and Tegan? Didn't they come out and shoot a fucking missile from Shotzi's tank at Rhea Ripley? Yet we're getting Natalya and Tamina again? This team of super brutality is fucking awful. It's legitimately awful, man. It almost reminds me of a child playing with WWE action figures in their bedroom right before dinner, and the little child pairs together Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley because it looks cool. I can't get behind this whatsoever, man. Rhea Ripley is fucking awful in what she's doing right now. Awful. And Nikki Ash, I don't know, man. I don't know who enjoys this shit. They want to know why their demographic is not as high as it should be. Look at what you're putting on TV. 5 minutes. Rhea Ripley and Nikki win and retain the tag team titles. Rhea tagged Nikki at the end, launched her off of her shoulders onto Tamina with a big splash. And that was it. She pinned Tamina 1, 2, 3. What do you want me to say here? This was a barn burner of a match? We've seen it 5 different fucking times. Stop. And then people tell me, oh, the draft is going to shake things up. Really? By the end of the month, you will be seeing, by the end of November, you will be seeing rematches on Monday Night Raw. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Hour 3. We go into the next round of draft picks. Adam Pearce reminded everybody that the draft picks go into effect after Crown Jewel. Karrion Kross. Sorry, guys. I got something in my throat. Hold on. Super Shredder was drafted to Monday Night Raw. Where his wife is, I don't know. What brand was his wife drafted to? That's the only part of Karrion Kross being drafted to Raw I care about. What brand did his wife end up on? Sonya Deville announced Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza were drafted to SmackDown. I like that move. I don't know who the fuck is over there, but I like that move. I think a change of scenery would do both guys very good. Alexa Bliss was drafted to Monday Night Raw. Alexa Bliss was drafted to Monday Night Raw. Alexa Bliss was drafted after Karrion Kross. It's great. Sonya Deville announced that SmackDown drafted Cesaro, so he will remain on Friday night. So this makes Sheamus and Cesaro on the same brand again. If I don't see the fucking Bar get together again, I will be highly disappointed. Cesaro's going nowhere as a single. You might as well just pair them back together. You need tag teams, right? The Bar was a great fucking tag team. See what happens. This was the start of hour 3. We're going to get into the Goldberg promo where he threatened to disembody Bobby Lashley. So we will talk about that a little bit, or in a little bit. I want to... Where's my music? There you go. What happened to my music? Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me, man. We got 2,600 in the venue. That's what I call a Monday night, man. Appreciate you guys joining me. Hit that thumbs up, man. We got 1,000. I appreciate you guys very much. I love you guys, man. We got 1,000. Can we get 1,200? If you guys have not hit the thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up, man. Super chats are still open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. If you guys want to join the channel, become a member, please do so, man. You guys are going to get access to some great-looking emotes. You guys are going to get access to those beautiful badges that are next to everybody's name that's in green. I know there are a lot of people out there gunning for that gold OTS badge, man. Make sure you guys hit that join button, join the channel, become a VIP, and sit in the VIP section next to me, man. Today's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Honey. JoinHoney.com/offthescript, man. You know how these podcast ads go, bro. We read a spiel, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. We give you a promo code for a discount, and that's it. You guys help me out, I help you out. It's all the same every single time. But this one's a little different because this ad is for Honey, man. And a Honey ad just doesn't give you one promo code. A Honey ad gives you millions of promo codes. That's right, millions of promo codes in one ad. How? When you shop online like usual, at a lot of your favorite sites, Honey is going to automatically fill in the promo box for you guys at checkout. But it won't fill it with just one code. It'll dump a ton of codes in that coupon code box. Every code it can find. Then it tests all these codes in seconds to see which one gives you the best discount. Plus, Honey knows where to look for promo codes that are hard to find on your own. It's like getting 1 million promo codes from this one little podcast ad, man. Now, you guys know what I do I usually shop for my little fur babies every single week, man. I really do. In fact, not only do I shop for my fur babies, I actually bought myself a new Samsung Odyssey G7 monitor that I'm working on right now. I saved money on my monitor with Honey. Love it. Absolutely love it, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. Get all the promo codes you can find by using Honey. JoinHoney.com/offthescript. That's JoinHoney.com/offthescript. Start saving some money today and use the best damn place for your coupon codes, man. That's Honey. And I want to thank them once again for joining and being such a great sponsor of the podcast right here on Off the Script. Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg made his entrance. It's always great to see Bill Goldberg not see Bill Goldberg. Fuck Bill Goldberg. A lot of people want to know why Bill Goldberg is able to wrestle at Crown Jewel. Because Bill Goldberg only has 2 matches per year on his WWE deal. So, he's wrestling Bobby Lashley at Crown Jewel. This will be his 3rd match this year. Speaking on the Wrestling Observer Live, Dave Meltzer revealed Goldberg gets significantly more money for Saudi Arabia matches than any other match. So he will want to be on the show to get his payday. Meltzer says this, and I quote, "The other match that is going to be there is Lashley and Bill Goldberg because this one won't be put on TV. Because Goldberg does have a specific deal with the Saudi shows that is very lucrative. And if you were going to pull this match to put it on TV, he wouldn't be happy at all. That's millions of dollars in difference. It's not like all the other guys who are going to get paid the same whether they're on the show or not." End quote. So Goldberg is only back for the moolah. Goldberg is only back for the green. Goldberg is only back for himself. Fuck Bill Goldberg. That's what I have to say. He adds nothing of value to any aspect of WWE TV. The shows don't matter anymore when he's there. The ratings don't change when he's there. And all it does is take time off of our fucking lives to watch this show when we could see somebody else on this show. The amount of time that this segment took could have went to Keith Lee. The amount of time this segment took could have went to Karrion Kross. The amount of time this segment took could have went to Alpha Academy. The amount of time this segment took could have went to Ricochet. But you'll have the check marks, the uncool ones, because now I'm a check mark, but I'm fucking great. You have the shills. Oh, it's Bill Goldberg. Yada, yada, yada. Blah, blah, blah. He means nothing. He's not a draw. Bill Goldberg is not a draw anymore. Stop using that as your fucking crutch. Doesn't work that way. Goldberg's out. He's in the ring. He said Lashley claimed what he did to his son wasn't an accident. It was intentional. And therefore, our crown jewel plans to intentionally break Bobby Lashley's neck. Lashley walked out and insisted what happened to his son at SummerSlam was a misunderstanding. So, no Gage here in this segment. He wasn't sitting by ringside. Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin. I don't even think they were drafted to a brand. Were they even drafted to a brand? That's what I want to know. No sign of the Hurt Business at all on this show yet. So Goldberg dresses like it's still 1998. I kind of wish it was 1998, to be perfectly honest with you. He told Goldberg he owes him an apology. He says he's going to give Goldberg the match he wants at Crown Jewel, but only if it's a no-holds-barred match. Goldberg dropped to his knees as he was praying to fucking the Almighty. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. Lashley said he can bring his son along, too. Goldberg said that gives him a license to KILL. I don't even know if I should say it because I may be demonetized by the YouTube gods. KILL, so he likes the stipulation. Goldberg told Lashley he thinks he's crazy, and he's right. He said he'll apologize to his kids when he leaves his lifeless body in the ring, gasping for air. Let me get this straight, Bill. Let me get this straight, Bill. Lifeless bodies mean that you are dead. How does a lifeless body gasp for air? Bill. Yet I'm supposed to take this guy seriously, right? He can't even fucking cut a promo that makes fucking sense for the $3 million fucking dollars he's making. Why is this guy on TV? Lashley told Goldberg that if his son has the balls to show up, what happens next won't be a misunderstanding. He asked Goldberg what he'd do if someone jumped on his back. So Cedric and Shelton jumped in and jumped on Goldberg. Goldberg fought them off very easily and speared Cedric in half. Lashley looked shocked, then stared at Goldberg, who celebrated in the ring with Goldberg chants that were clearly piped in because this Nashville crowd was dead. I wish I was a lifeless body during Bill Goldberg matches, I'll tell you that. He's a fucking icon. You guys know that? Goldberg is an icon. I wonder why. Is it because Justin Roberts mentions the icon Sting every week? Now we need Goldberg to be an icon, right? We're going to hype him up a little bit. Give me a fucking break. You know, Bill Goldberg telling Bobby Lashley he's going to KILL him. Not really what I want to hear in a WWE ring. Because we know he's not going to do that. You know, it takes away from a lot about what these guys are trying to do here. You're doing something and you're saying something that you're going to do that clearly you're not going to do. So why are you acting all tough? We know you're not going to do that. So why bother saying it? You only make yourself look like a fool. I hope this match lasts 6 minutes and it's in and out. Done. Hopefully Goldberg will be gassed in 90 seconds, and then we got another 4 minutes that Lashley can carry this match, and then jackhammer, spear, and that's it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Seth Rollins was interviewed here, being that he's the newest addition to Monday Night Raw. Came in wearing these big sunglasses. Now I know where Becky Lynch gets it from. He's wearing this big black and white robe, saying that he's back. He said the best part is he's better than ever. Patrick said he was going to tell him that Edge was also drafted to Raw, but Seth stopped him. He told Patrick not to mention Edge's name, but he'll take care of that person on SmackDown. He says he's on another level because he's a revolutionary. I don't think anything that Seth Rollins is doing is revolutionary. I don't think that word should even be used on WWE TV. Give me a break. Rollins is doing great work, but he's nowhere near a revolutionary. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, man. How many of these geeks out there in the IWC are happy about the Hurt Business being back? Hurt Business being back, right? Great. 2 minutes. There's your fucking Hurt Business. That's what WWE said when booking this match. You want your Hurt Business back? There's your fucking Hurt Business. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. They had to wrestle after being beat up by Bill Goldberg. I don't even know if they're on a fucking brand yet. Did they get drafted to a brand? Were there any moves made? Were there any moves made during Raw Talk? Probably not. Several tag teams split up after Raw went off the air. Uh-oh. During WWE Raw Talk, it was announced that several tag teams have been split up in the WWE Draft. Veer will be staying on Raw, while Jinder Mahal and Shanky will be moving to SmackDown. Let me get this straight. Somebody in WWE thought it was a good idea to keep Veer by himself, but send Jinder Mahal and Shanky to SmackDown. Who thought that was a good move? You pretty much, what WWE told Veer tonight was that you're fired. That's exactly what they told him tonight. They told Veer tonight that you're not as good as Shanky, but we're sending Shanky and Jinder Mahal over to SmackDown, but you stay on Monday Night Raw. Fired is Veer. It was also revealed that Natalya will be moving to SmackDown and Tamina will be on Monday Night Raw, so they're splitting up. It's great. How many women's tag teams are there? Another tag team is split up. Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox is moving to Raw and Shotzi is staying on SmackDown. My question is, why don't we burn the women's tag team championships? They are absolutely the most useless fucking title in the entire industry. Are there any teams left for Rhea Ripley and Nikki Trash to defend those titles against? Bayley said on Twitter she's a free agent, so she's not being assigned to a brand. Bayley is not expected back until early 2022 after suffering an injury during training. She tweeted free agent. Bayley's probably going to end up on Monday Night Raw because Sasha and Charlotte are on SmackDown, and Becky's on Raw, so I figured they'd put 2 and 2 of the 4 horsewomen on either brand. This is the rest of the draft picks, folks. Dana Brooke went to Raw. Dolph Ziggler to Raw. Bobby Roode to Raw. Actually, I'm going to read all the Raw teams. Shanky versus Von Wagner confirmed for WrestleMania. Yeah, great. I hope I am no longer a wrestling fan at that point. This is Monday Night Raw. Dana Brooke, Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, Jackson Riker, Veer, Liv Morgan, Mia Yim, who wasn't even on a fucking brand, but now finds herself on another brand. Are they going to use her this time? Maybe that they paired her with Keith Lee, who's also on Monday Night Raw, and they're engaged. Tamina, Tegan Knox, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander. So the Hurt Business may be still a thing. They're worthless, but they may be a thing. And The Miz is on Raw. Shotzi Blackheart, Natalya, Jinder Mahal, and Shanky went to SmackDown. I don't understand. Like, the women's tag team championships are really mind-boggling to me. Like, why do we have women's tag team championships? There are legitimately no women's teams. None. What are we going to get? Liv Morgan and Mia Yim as a tag team? Is that what we're going to do? Is Tegan Knox going to now team up with Liv Morgan? Huh? Maybe Tegan can team up with Mia Yim because they were both in NXT. This show sucks. Absolutely fucking sucks, man. Those moves are awful. WWE absolutely considered splitting up a top tag team during the draft. The original plan for Friday night on SmackDown was to announce Bobby Lashley as the number one draft pick for Monday Night Raw. The idea behind that was that fans would be left wondering what would be the fate for WWE Champion Big E, and they wouldn't find out until Monday. Also, fans were supposed to wonder if he would be reunited with the New Day, since it was announced that Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston would be moving back to SmackDown. Plans changed, and Big E replaced Lashley as the top pick on Friday's show for Monday Night Raw. Another idea that was seriously considered was to split up the Street Profits. The idea was to have Montez Ford and Bianca Belair move to Raw and Angelo Dawkins stay on SmackDown. So essentially, in addition to breaking them up as a team, they would have had their real-life couple in Ford and Bianca Belair together, as Angelo Dawkins stayed on SmackDown. PW Insider reports that the talk of splitting them up lessened over the course of the week, and then it was decided to have T-Bar and Mace split up instead. WrestlingNews.co heard talk of having Ford and Dawkins split up around the time when they did the Who Poisoned Montez Ford storyline last year on Raw. There are people in the company who believe that Ford can be a big single star in WWE. Yes, he can. But that also means death for Angelo Dawkins, because he ain't going nowhere. Montez Ford and Bianca Belair are money together as a heel couple. That's them. I would love to see that. But WWE can ill afford breaking up any more tag teams, man. The Street Profits are not there yet. Montez is not there yet. They don't need to be broken up. In fact, they actually made the right decision in not breaking them up and actually breaking up T-Bar and Mace first, because you got a fucking singles guy in Dijakovic ready to go. Knowing that you got somebody like that who's wasting away, who's in this fucking tag team, worthless tag team, knowing that if you bring him back to what he was in NXT, that you got another main event guy on your hands, that's the right move. Mace is worthless. Mace is fucking worthless on SmackDown. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with him, but I'm glad they didn't break up the Street. That would have been a terrible move. A terrible move. But these women's tag team championships, I mean, what a joke. WWE legitimately broke up every women's tag team. Get rid of the titles. I don't want to see them. They're worthless. Nobody gives a fuck about them because nobody takes them seriously. How can I take them seriously if WWE doesn't take them seriously? So that's the news coming out of Talking, or Raw Talk, whatever the fucking show is. Raw Talk. Where's Von Wagner? Dawkins would get fired faster than Tucker Knight. Jesse is absolutely correct. Angelo Dawkins does not want the Street Profits to get broken up. That guy is fucking buried as soon as that team is broken up. And I know he's going to probably say, I look forward to them, to us breaking up. I think we would be fine. Fuck out of here. You ain't fine. New Day wins in 2 minutes. Flying elbow drop by Xavier Woods on Cedric. After the match was over, Xavier Woods was screaming in front of the camera, crown me, crown me, crown me, King Xavier. Kind of got a nice ring to it. I'm sorry, Xavier. I'm not crowning you king. Who am I picking to win King of the Ring? I got 2 guys on my list. Actually, a top 3. Ricochet, Cross, and Keith Lee. Those are my top 3. If it's none of those guys, WWE is already fucked up. If Ricochet, Karrion Kross, or Keith Lee does not win the King of the Ring, WWE is already fucked up in my honest opinion. That's it. Randy Orton was in the ring with Matt Riddle. Orton told Omos he's waiting for him and he's ready. Styles walked out, said that they were celebrating this victory over Riddle, whom he called Gilligan. That's another, when was Gilligan's Island thing? The 70s? The 60s? I wasn't even alive. I was lifeless like Goldberg. He said it doesn't matter if Omos destroyed Orton, and he would. He asked if Riddle has any brain cells left to prevent them from taking the Raw Tag Team titles back. He said he is happy they've all been drafted to Raw so they can continue to gloat about beating them. I'm not happy that they all got drafted to Raw because I'm tired of seeing this fucking match. Omos began to talk. Orton attacked Styles with Riddle leaping into Omos' shoulders or onto Omos' shoulders. It'd be tough to leap into his shoulders. Omos tossed Riddle off of him. Orton then gave Styles an RKO. And that was pretty much it. Orton had, I don't think, any intention of fighting Omos. He just wanted to get the upper hand on these 2 geeks. So we got the tag team title match happening at Crown Jewel, which is probably the one match I'm going to skip. Kevin Castle, what's up, bro? In the 60s. In the 60s. You may know something a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know more about that know more about that than I do, man. I don't know anything about Gilligan's Island. I know my mom was big into I Dream of Jeannie, though, when I was a youngster. I Dream of Jeannie, Three's Company, All in the Family. These are some classic shows. I wasn't a big fan of I Dream of Jeannie. I never understood the show. Columbo, right? I was more of a Family Matters guy. Boy Meets World. TGIF. Saved by the Bell. Right? Step by Step. Those shows. Those were more my jam. Anyway. Corey Graves hyped up this NXT 2.0 clip about Toxic Attraction. Kevin Castle loves Toxic Attraction. I'm more of a Gigi Dolan guy. He's more of a Mandy Rose guy, but it is what it is. I can't complain about either one of them. You know, I find it funny how people still think that Triple H is in charge of NXT. You know, we never saw these clips on Monday Night Raw. We never got a briefing of NXT on Monday night when Triple H was in charge. Now, all of a sudden, we're getting Raquel Gonzalez clips and Frankie Monet clips and Mandy Rose and Gigi Dolan clips and Von Wagner clips. Why? How come Triple H's NXT never got this type of treatment, but Vince McMahon's treatment is all over Monday night for his NXT 2.0? And yet there are people out there that still think that Triple H is running NXT. Oh, man. Listen, I'll be watching tomorrow, man. I'll be watching for my boy, Tony D'Angelo. Can't wait to see what my boy Tony D'Angelo does, bro. You know, his family works in waste management. You know? He's a New Yorker living amongst the people of Chicago. He's going to be eating deep dish pizza tomorrow night on NXT 2.0. We may see some Von Wagner. Should be a good show. Should be a good show. The final round. The final round of the draft. Carmella was drafted to Raw. Corey Graves pitched a tent in his jeans and leather jacket on commentary. There is a God, he says, my dreams have been answered. Pretty sure your dreams are answered every night, Graves. Give me a break. They showed Carmella celebrating backstage. The Ville announced that SmackDown has drafted Ridge Holland from NXT. Another one of those questionable moves like Death Row being drafted to SmackDown. Ridge Holland is drafted to SmackDown. You know, wasn't Ridge Holland in something with Pete Dunne? Weren't they doing something on NXT? So this group is already done. Goodbye. Now, in my honest opinion, I don't give a fuck who you are or what you think. Ridge Holland, in my honest opinion, is nowhere near ready, man. This guy looks like he's about to fucking kill somebody in the ring, and I don't mean because he's good. It looks like he's about to kill somebody in the ring because he is not trained enough. It's amazing to me how these fucking people come to these decisions, man. You know, if I'm looking at the NXT talent that's on the roster, Ridge Holland is nowhere near, let's call him up to the main roster list. I don't understand it. You mean to tell me that you think this guy is more ready than LA Knight? LA Knight is primed and ready to go, bro. LA Knight should be on SmackDown. Why is this guy on SmackDown and LA Knight is still mingling with the fucking Von Wagners and the Daniel Chens of NXT? Why? You fucking serious? I don't believe this shit. The fuck is LA Knight gonna do in NXT next to fucking Josh Briggs and fucking feminist wannabe loser over there, Joe Gacy? You would call Ridge Holland up over a Cameron Grimes? Over Johnny Gargano? Ridge Holland is nowhere near ready. None. Nowhere near ready. Just like $0 wasn't ready to be called up. Yes, yet he's bragging about getting called up to the main roster in fucking 4 months. You got a rude awakening coming to you, my dear friend, $0. B-Fab can't wrestle, $0 can't wrestle. You'd be lucky if Ashanti and Swerve can fucking maintain the sinking ship after 3 weeks. Oh, we can cut promos. Yeah, right. You think you're gonna go unscripted on the main roster? Get the fuck out of here, man. You kidding me? Who do you think you are, Edge? Who do you think you are, Randy Orton? Unbelievable, man. Anyway, Carmella, Ridge Holland. Bro, listen, Kev, at least a year away for Ridge. I'd say about a year, 18 months. Same thing with Hit Row. I'd give Hit Row about fucking 12 to 18 months, bro. That's what they needed to do. Meanwhile, they blocked me on social media for the criticisms I gave them, which seemed to be ringing out through the entire community. I guess they didn't like the way I said it. Either way. Gable Steveson got drafted to Monday Night Raw. Vince, Bruce, how about we get this guy trained first before you draft him to a fucking brand? Let me see this list of people that they drafted on Talking Smack or Raw Talk, whatever the fucking show is. Several stars excluded from the WWE Draft. Dakota Kai wasn't drafted to a show. Asuka wasn't drafted to a show. Eva Marie wasn't drafted to a show. Thank the fucking lords, man. Holy shit. Eva Marie wasn't drafted. Shane Thorne, Elias, Lindsay Dorado, Gran Metalik. Who else got drafted on Raw Talk? Let me see. Where the fuck is where's the goddamn article? There you go. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander got drafted after Gable Steveson. That makes sense. Dolph Ziggler got drafted after Gable Steveson. Makes a lot of sense. The Miz got drafted after Gable Steveson. Guy hasn't even learned how to fucking do a WWE issued wrist lock. And this guy got drafted to a fucking brand. And then the worst thing of all is that they had this fake, just unorganic, unnatural, clearly fucking iPhone filmed video of him on his couch, if that was even his fucking house, with his parents. Oh, look, hug me. I got drafted to Monday Night Raw. Your parents should be throwing you a fucking funeral for being drafted to Monday Night Raw. Guys getting hugs for getting drafted to Monday Night Raw. Bro, do you know where you're going? This is where careers go to die. Monday Night Raw. And then Sami Zayn got drafted to SmackDown. Love Sami Zayn. He's going to be another one that walks out when Kevin Owens is finished. Charlotte versus Bianca Belair. You know, I find it funny, man. Before I actually went live, there were people in the community. Oh, Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair could main event any WWE pay-per-view. No, they can't. Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair cannot main event any WWE pay-per-view. Not after what I saw tonight. Charlotte Flair is overrated. Bianca Belair was already in a WrestleMania main event. Anything that is not WrestleMania and anything that is given to her after Sasha Banks and what Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair did at WrestleMania is second fiddle, second place. So anything that she does with Charlotte Flair is not going to measure up to what she did with Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. So why even bother? Why even bother? You can't get back to the top of the mountain the way you did there. It's not going to happen. This match sucked. Everything about the women's division on the main roster sucks. Unless you're Sasha Banks, that's it. I don't give a shit. Becky sucks. Charlotte sucks. Bianca Belair is in the middle of this fucking shit, and she's being dragged down because Becky and Charlotte suck. This match didn't even have a fucking outcome. Belair got DQ'd because Becky Lynch was on commentary again, looking absolutely fucking ridiculous with her goddamn robe and her glasses. She had this black lipstick on. She looked like she was singing for a fucking black metal band. She was out there dressed. I thought she was the singer for fucking Immortal or Dimmu Borgir. The fuck is she wearing? She does nothing on commentary to make anybody look good in the ring. She doesn't put anybody over but herself. She tries so hard to be cool and hip and heel. All of it sounds terrible. Unplug her microphone. Get rid of her. Don't know why she has to be out here. She fucked up the match on Friday night with her being on commentary. She did the same thing here on Monday, though this match was worse than what Bianca and Sasha did on Friday. DQ. Belair wins by DQ because Becky pulled Bianca out of the ring by her leg. Becky attacked Belair at ringside. Sasha then entered the ring and attacked Becky. She stood over Becky as her music played to end the show. That was it. What's going to happen here with these two? These three, I should say. Becky's on Monday Night Raw with the SmackDown title. Charlotte's on SmackDown with the Raw title. Bianca is on Monday. And Sasha's on Friday. So we have this crown jewel match with Becky, Bianca, and Sasha for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Who's the title going to? Process of elimination, folks. Becky and Bianca are on Raw. Sasha is the SmackDown Women's Champion. By default, right? Doesn't make any sense to give one of those other women the win because they're on Monday Night Raw. And what is Charlotte going to do? Is Charlotte going to drop the Raw Women's Championship to somebody on Raw? Who's it going to be? That's the one thing that I'm most interested in. This match at Crown Jewel should be a great match. But how can you have a match like that when 2 of the 3 women are on Monday Night Raw for the SmackDown Women's Championship? Does anybody think this over? So fucking stupid, man. Anyway, that is all I got, man. That is all I got about the WWE Draft. We're going to go over the Super Chats in just a second. I appreciate you guys joining me. Jesse says, Vince is going to book Holland like he booked Lars. I could absolutely see that being a thing. I really, really could. You're not even that far off from it. Honestly. You're not that far off from it at all. Do we have any music playing? Where's my fucking music, bruh? Let's see. I got something playing. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight, man. 2,400 in the chat right now. We're going to go over some super chats in just a second. Hit that thumbs up. Continue to hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And make sure you guys go and check out my sponsor for today's show, Honey. joinhoney.com/offthescript. You guys are going to download the free web browser and start saving yourself some money, man. Let's start at the top, man. We got Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. Another wasted draft. Vincent Kennedy McMahon must really be dying to get The Rock since Roman only has Drew to feud with after Brock. Sheamus is hurt. Hardy is a jobber. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see these full rosters, man. When somebody tallies up these rosters, what I'm going to be looking for is who's wrestling Roman and where are the tag team divisions at. That's what I want to know. Joshua Bennett with 3 super chats, a 5, a 10, and a 5. With the Chicago White Sox, the Atlanta Braves, and the New York Yankees making the playoffs, who do you think's got the best chance of making the World Series? Well, the Yankees did not make the playoffs because they're in a 163 game tomorrow. So when they win, then they are in the playoffs. Out of the 2, I think the Braves got a better chance than the White Sox. Low-key kind of hoping for a Yankees versus White Sox postseason. The Yankees played some good games with them in the regular season. I would not mind that good action. Bro, you want the easiest action. You don't want the good action. You want the easiest action. Playoff baseball is nail-biting, to say the least. Oh, here's another 5 just cause. Go Yankees. Road to 28 starts tomorrow night. P.S. Fuck the Red Sox. I don't know, man. They're in Fenway. They're in Fenway. It's going to be hard to beat the Red Sox at Fenway, man. Sean Crockett, $5 super chat. This was a marginal show at best. Tear it up, JD. I'll be crashing soon. Catch you on the flip side, bro. I love your reviews. OTS for life. Thank you, Sean Crockett. I appreciate you, brother. Brett Robbins with a $5 super chat. How in the world do you have not 1 but 2 drafts and not a single Von Wagner? I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. Tenario128 with a $10 super chat. What's up, JD? I remember your rant from the 2019 draft. Still one of my favorite rants. I don't remember that one, bro, but all my rants are pretty damn good. The Undertaker with a $2 super chat. Goldberg sits when he pees. Tony Brown with a $4.99 super chat. JD, I totally trust your judgment on WWE, but I don't trust WWE's ability to screw up a wet dream. I wouldn't doubt the ruining of Roman Reigns. OTS for life. Tony, Roman Reigns is as safe as anybody, man. He's like a baby in a fucking stroller. Hooligan with a $10 super chat. They had the balls, the unmitigated gall to draft Chad Gable Steveson over my boy Von Wagner. What the actual fuck is a Gable Steveson? The Von Wagner order is running wild on off the script. Bro, if I got drafted to Raw, I'd release myself. Bro, I don't know. Von Wagner is going to be world champion, bro, and we're all going to rejoice, man. We're going to all celebrate in the streets. We're going to dance with Von Wagner. Brett the Hitman Hart with a $2 super chat. Jerry, you can't spell D's without D's nuts. Thank you, Brett. Always a fine gentleman, that Brett the Hitman Hart. Jedi Joker with a $5 super chat. We need NWO style OTS or Von Wagner order shirts. Just saying. I'll be at Dynamite this week in Philly. I can't freaking wait. Hashtag who better than AEW. Bro, listen. I may actually have to hit up Sal Rex, bro, and do the Von Wagner order shirts, dude. The VWO. They'll be like ultra limited, bro. One-time sale and that's it. Would any of you guys buy a Von Wagner order t-shirt in the style of the NWO, bro? Eric Newton. Member for 2 months in the venue, bro. Monday Night Raw Sewage is a better name for the show. For all the crap that they produce, I will take a whiskey to help dull the pain of Raw. Eric, I appreciate you being here for 2 months, bro. You guys want Von Wagner order t-shirts, man. I don't believe you guys. Brett the Hitman Hart with a $2 super chat. Ahmed Johnson gave Vince brain damage from BBC. Brett, I thought that was a comment that you made on the SmackDown post show. King Mo with a $4.99 super chat. There haven't been a good draft since 2016. Wish we could go back to the days of American Alpha, Dean Ambrose, and the Miz promos. Thank God for AEW. WWE sucks. Thank you, King Mo. Dana White with a $2 super chat. I slept with my UFC ring card, girls. It feels great. I think we already knew that, Dana White. Thank you, bro. Man of 1,005 holds with a $5 super chat. Once again, JD, your drafting is miles better than these last two dull, illogical drafts. Also, fuck whoever blocked you. They think they're ready. Please. Oh, that's shit row for you, bro. I know my draft was better. Philip Newton with a $4.99 super chat. No message. Don't be shy around these parts, Philip Newton. King Bo with a $1.99 super chat. After all this, I can use a glass of wine and a beer. I prefer not to mix the two, bro. You're spelling disaster if you mix the wine and the beer together. Bro, I'll get the VWO in the Wolf Pack, and then I'll get the OTS in the white and black. How about that? Slammin' Sammy Bearcat Joe with a $5 super chat. Just found out all the women's tag teams broken up except for the champions got broken up. Seriously, how stupid can they be? Why even have the belts? No fucking idea, man. Burn them. They're not even worth the fucking leather that they're plated on. Metalhead for life with two $4.99 super chats. Thank you so much, brother. James Jara becomes a new member in the venue, bro. What are you drinking, James Jara? Billy Wilson with a $2 super chat. Big WCW 2001 Nitro crowd there for Raw tonight. Yeah, dead. Nick Crispino with a $5 super chat. GCW Fight Club will be better than SmackDown, homie. I know. I was going to go to the show on Saturday, but I'm having dinner with my friend Jim in Connecticut. So I am not going. Paul Van Tassel with a $5 super chat. I predicted that Sasha Banks will win the SmackDown Women's title by pinning Bianca Belair at Crown Jewel. Yes. But I'm still waiting for the geeks that said Bianca Belair was going to be put more over in this feud. I'm still waiting. Who was right once again? I was. Mr. Dark Ace 28 with a $5 super chat. I don't know, was the music too loud? I just lowered the music if it was too loud. Paul Van Tassel with a $5 super chat. Yes, thank you, bro. Mr. Dark Ace 28 with a $5 super chat. Put the likes in the baskets. So saith Von JD from NY 206. Oh, they'll definitely make Doudrop and Dana Brooke a tag team. Also, Mr. Dark Ace. I love a good cheesecake with chocolate ganache. Bro, you're talking Dana Brooke's language, bro. You're also talking Doudrop's language, but I didn't say nothing. Montreal Rather with a $5 super chat and a $5 super chat. Great review. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm starting to feel like the Hurt Business got back together only to be jobbers and buried in the process. Yes. Yes, they did. Ken Brownstone with a $5 super chat. I love a hint of pumpkin, too. Pumpkin is my middle name, brother. Brett the Man Hard with a $2 super chat. Reggie gave Vince that BBC energy for a TV spot. I don't know where you're getting the information from, Hitman, but thank you. Lauren Hutton becomes a member for 6 months. Hey, you guys. Thank you, Lauren. Montreal Rather with a $5 super chat and a $2 super chat. Reggie has more attention than former champions and even world champions. That's a damn shame. Jerry Ramey with a $10 super chat. Considering we just saw Big E call Drew Big D and Tozawa tried to get Reggie from behind, I'm damn near fell asleep during the 24 segment crap. How do you get through this? It's a good question, Mr. Ramey. I have no idea. Most of the wrestling industry swings from the other vine anyway. They play for the other team. It's just natural, I guess. I don't know. Lots of innuendos on tonight's show. Jericho 8131, $10 super chat. Jinder Mahal, the insert Paul Heyman voice here, make believe Maharaja is back on SmackDown to kill the brand again. Ready for 6-month Universal Championship reign? No. Jinder Mahal will be nowhere near that Universal Championship ever. Colin Hutton with a $5 super chat. I think Corey Graves was channeling his inner JD when he went ham on Dana Brooke during her match. LOL. Corey Graves also made a slight mention of Tom Araya, the lead singer from Slayer as well. I always appreciate those little quips about Corey Graves. Will Check becomes a member. Thank you, brother. What are you drinking? Max Mello 94 with a 9.99 super chat. I felt Bianca and Charlotte held back in their match tonight. Am I the only one that feels that way? There was way too many flips and not enough roughness. I feel Bianca is missing a sense of feistiness, to be honest. Yes, because Charlotte sandbagged her through most of the match. Charlotte doesn't like to sell for anybody. She isn't going to do good for Bianca. You kidding me? She's not even on the brand anymore. You see the way Charlotte sandbagged Bianca when she went up for the KOD? What a terrible fucking KOD. It was all Charlotte's fault. Dorian Moore with a $2 super chat. They should team Gable with Gable. No and no. Will Check with a $5 super chat. JD, been listening to you since I've come back to wrestling for AEW. Love your content. I finally became a member of your channel. Take care, bro. Will Check, thank you so much, man. What are you drinking? Stephen Field with two $9.99 super chats. Ricochet vs. Cross or Keith Lee for King of the Ring final at Survivor Series. David vs. Goliath story. Have stakes. Keep up the good work, man. Just like CM Punk, you're the best in the world. Thank you, Stephen Field. Those are my top three, guys. Ricochet, Cross, or Keith Lee. If none of them win that King of the Ring, they drop the ball. Ricardo Linnell becomes a member for 15 months. 9 months until the Golden Mike. Continue to stand on the shoulders of the rest of the IWC. I'll be here to support. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Thank you, brother. That Golden Mike is going to be yours in no time, man. The Undertaker with a $5 super chat. I will get Goldberg to retire if you make VWO shirts. I'll get right on that, Undertaker. Philip Newton with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, bro. Again, don't be shy. Don't be shy, man. Tenario128 with a $10 super chat. Hello, JD. Question. Do you have any AEW action figures? I have MJF, Moxley, Page, Cody, Omega, Guevara, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, SCU, Proud and Powerful, and Sheeta to my collection. I have MJF and Moxley, and that is it. I also ordered a Kenny Omega wrestling buddy for the couch, and I got my Adam Cole Elite Baby t-shirt in the mail. Should be here this week. Francis Loop with a $10 super chat. I totally agree with you on the draft. It needs to die. WWE should do trades all year. I guess you would need GMs for that and not Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville on both shows. The draft needs to go away, man. Brand split needs to die. It needs to be one brand. But WWE likes to sell it to the networks. Oh, you're getting a brand. No, you're not. You're getting WWE. Woods is a tag team wrestler. He's not a singles wrestler. He should not win King of the Ring. I said this back in the day. Tag team wrestlers should not win King of the Ring. Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, or Ricochet need to win King of the Ring. Or Cesaro. Somebody like that. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. On the back of the Von Wagner shirt, it's got to say, put the lotion in the baskets. I might not say that. I just may have a picture of a basket and lotion in the basket. With the off-the-script logo. Ricardo Linnell with a $4.99 super chat. I just want to say, go San Francisco Giants. Love you, JD. Raw sucks. Raw is catering. Screw that guy who tweeted to threaten you. We got your back. Bro, I get threats every day. I get people trying to cancel me to House of Glory every day, man. It's the same old shit. Nothing's going to work because these geeks don't have a leg to stand on. Justin with a $4.99 super chat. Fuck the Yankees. Go Red Sox. Also keep up the great work, JD. Raw has always been terrible. Thank you, Justin. Ace's Adventures with a $5 super chat. Hey, brother. Hope all is well. OTS for life. How can I send you some great synth music I have used on my channel? Cheers. You could email me, bruh. JDfromNY206 at yahoo.com. Francis Loop with a $10 super chat. Saw a Norwegian cruise line advertisement that states that Jericho's cruise will be happening from October 21 to October 25th, including 4 days of AEW wrestling with 20 AEW wrestlers. Yes, that is factually correct. Brett the Hitman Hart with a $2 super chat. Ahmed and Vince will release their tape soon. Brett, you spelled "there" wrong. Jedi Joker with a $2 super chat. Team of Big ED. Sounds like Bruce needs Blue Chew. It's probably where he got the influence for that anyway. Team ED. Big ED. Philip Newton with a $4.99 super chat. I'm glad I quit watching Raw instead. I love you instead. Thank you, Philip. And The Undertaker with a $2 super chat. Greatest metal ballad. Jesus Christ, bro. You are, you gotta ask that fucking question, man. I have no unearthly idea, man. The greatest metal ballad of all time? Jesus Christ, man. Probably Return to Serenity by Testament. Probably This Love by Pantera. I love that song. And if I was to choose one more, I have no idea, man. No idea. Nothing Else Matters or The Unforgiven. I actually like The Unforgiven better by Metallica. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get out of here. We were here for an absolutely insane amount of time, man. 2.5 hours for this Monday Night Raw post show. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I appreciate you guys for stopping by the venue as always. Make sure you guys go get your t-shirts, man. Bonfire.com. Check the video player right underneath it. You'll see all the merchandise there, man. Continue to hit that thumbs up. We almost got 1,300, man. Let's strive for the 1,300. I love you guys, and thank you for the support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys also go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. We got Off the Script episode 393, where I absolutely booked this draft better than WWE. And yesterday's extra. 30 minutes of an Off the Script extra. Go and check that out. Also on the homepage right now. Go and check it out. JoinHoney.com/offthescript if you guys want to support my sponsor for today's show. And please hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notification. And if you guys want to join the channel, please do so, man. You got access to those great-looking badges and emojis. Guys, I'm about to get out of here. The Mustang is ready to go. And I'm looking at it right now, man. I need 2 things from every single one of you right now, man. Number 1, I need those guitar emojis. And if you got them, those Mustang emojis in the chat. And number 2, that music you're listening to right now, I need it on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT 2.0. Tony D'Angelo debuts and more Von Wagner. I'll see you guys tomorrow.